They grew up beneath the same sky in a quiet seaside town in Kanagawa, where trains rattled softly past rice fields and the ocean always smelled of salt and summer. Aoi Takahashi was 19 now, taller than he remembered, his childhood clumsiness replaced by a calm seriousness. He worked part-time at a local bookstore while preparing for university entrance exams. His days were filled with routine and responsibility, but every morning without fail, his eyes searched for Hikari Sato. Hikari was 18, unmistakable even in a crowd. Her silver hair, unusual and soft like moonlight, fell down her back, often tied with a navy ribbon. Her blue eyes, clear and reflective like the sea after rain, had always made people stare. But to Aoi, they were never strange. They were simply hers. They met when they were 6. Hikari sat alone at the playground, clutching a broken toy airplane, silent tears rolling down her cheeks. Aoi, with scraped knees and a determined look, offered her his juice box without a word. She looked up at him with those blue eyes and smiled as if he'd handed her the world. From that day on, they were inseparable. They walked to school together, shared umbrellas during sudden rainstorms, and made promises they didn't fully understand. Let's stay like this forever. But time, as it always does, changed things. Now they stood on the platform together each morning, close enough for Aoi to smell Hikari's shampoo, yet far enough that neither dared to touch. Their hands would brush sometimes, accidental but electric, sending a warmth straight to their hearts. The simple truth was, Aoi had loved her for years. He just didn't know how to say it. Hikari, too, carried her feelings quietly. People had always treated her differently because of her appearance, whispering behind their hands. But Aoi never had. He looked at her the same way he always had, with warmth, with familiarity, with a kindness that made her feel safe and seen. His gaze was her home. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the sea gold, they sat on the old concrete steps near the shore, the same place they used to race to after school. The air was still and filled with the scent of the tide. "I'm leaving for Tokyo next spring," Aoi said suddenly, his voice tight with unspoken emotion. Hikari's breath caught in her throat. She stared out at the water, trying to keep her composure. "Oh," she said softly, her fingers curling into her skirt. "That's amazing." The silence between them grew heavy, filled with all the words they'd left unsaid for years. The sound of the waves felt louder than ever. Then, Hikari stood up, her silver hair glowing in the sunset. "Aoi," she said, her voice trembling just slightly. "Do you remember that promise we made when we were kids?" He looked up at her, her silhouette framed against the orange sky. "Of course." She took a hesitant step closer, her clear blue eyes shining with unshed tears. "I don't want to lose you. I never have." Her confession hung in the air, brave and fragile. Before he could stop himself, Aoi stood and took her hand. It felt firm, warm, real. It felt right. "You won't," he said, his voice finally steady and sure. "Because I love you. I always have." Hikari's breath hitched, a sound caught between a gasp and a sob. And then, she laughed through her tears, a beautiful, genuine sound that melted all of Aoi's fears away. "You're late," she whispered, a playful smile gracing her lips. "I've loved you forever." The ocean roared softly behind them, a timeless witness to their moment. Aoi pulled her into a gentle embrace, her head fitting perfectly against his chest, just like it always had. In that embrace, surrounded by the sea and the setting sun, they realized some things, the most important things, were never meant to change.